This picture is of a cool old bridge that I know of in southern Illinois across the Little Wabash River. This picture was taken in 2024 when the water level was down. I love this old bridge. I used to drive across it in a car or my motorcycle, and over the years it has deteriorated to this. So on the date of April 14th, 2025, me and my buddy Jay Grafton took our CTs and tried to get to this bridge. And the following pictures and videos are going to depict very clearly why we never got there. Old video getting to the bridge.
I took down the barrier to block you from going across it. But I guess they figured you had to be pretty freaking stupid to try to go across it now. I had some 2x4s we could lay them out there. End of the road. I forgot the real name of this bridge, but this is the Little Wabash, and we're probably, let me see, we're just 2.3 miles north of Interstate 64. And years ago, when I first found this thing 30 years ago, it was open then. I just assumed this was the main route through here before they built the interstate, or Route 37. But after asking a bunch of people, they said no. Bridge has got a name, but I can't remember what it is.
So off we go to try to get to this bridge. And we never got there, but you ought to see some of the water and floodwaters that we saw and drove through, and dead ends that we turned around on. And we was just having a hoot. You know, they'll say, turn around, not drown. What? We'd say, don't turn around and give it gas. So we didn't attempt that, of course, right there. It was a pretty long way across where you got to the other side of that road right there. And there's me on my CT, and we rode right through that right there. First one of us rode through, and then we followed each other through it. I don't think it was really a foot deep, but it was splashing up a lot of water. Now that road there we was trying to find our way out of here. We was getting trapped back in these levee roads. We couldn't find our way out because of all the flooding, and we knew all the roads been there, but trying to get out, find a way that wasn't flooded, proved to be futile. And there you see, boy, that's a pretty picture right there. You go down through that hill and down to the floodwaters down there. That was a long way down there. And that road down there at the bottom, it went straight on through. We rode through there many, many times, but not today. There's a picture, I think, of us following, or Jay was following me, or I was following him. I can't remember which. I think that's me in that picture. Tell them the big fat saddlebags on there. So it was a hoot going across that. And there's the debris that was left, you know, when the floodwaters receded. There's what was left, you know. And I think it was right there. There was a skunk right in front of my bike out there in the water a little bit. A skunk was fooling on, and it was acting really, really weird. And skunks, I think, are kind of known for having rabies. So we was kind of keeping an eye on him, and it was a hoot. So I rode out in that one there and turned around pretty quick, as I knew there's no way I could can get across that road. We've had our CTs in some deep water, and today was a good test of it. I flew my drone out above Jay's head there and across the water and up the other side. I think I got a drone video of it here somewhere, and that turned out pretty cool. And this here was kind of almost at the end of our our attempt at getting through to a main road and getting out of that flooded area, which we didn't really want to. We was having so much fun, but it finally was that a little bit down the road from there. We had to go back. We had to go back all the way. We come miles down this road, this levee here, and I was afraid some of it was real narrow. I was afraid I was going to run off in the water, the deep water, and drown. So they were heading back now, and I got really tired here, and I was just about wore out. I think Jay was getting a little tired too, but he had some hot coffee, and I had a couple of real nice snacks, and we put our kickstands down there and just kicked back and relaxed a while, and had a drink and had our snack, and went on about our way. We're looking for breakfast. Well, I got my drone out, and you can kind of get an overview of what we were dealing with out there. It's kind of funny. On one side of that levee we were on is flooded, and one side wasn't, and then it might reverse itself, down the road somewhere. It's kind of weird. A lot of farmland out there. Farmers wasn't really too happy about all this flooding. I was kidding him about planting rice out there. I'm not sure he thought that was he was funny. I said, but we're really enjoying being out there. So pretty, he was a nice guy, and he said, well, it's nice for you guys, but not so much for us farmers. And they were out there trying to unplug plugged up drainage pipes and check valves and checking on pumps, and so this was a real problem for them. I'm not a real good drone flyer. I don't do it much, and it's not natural for me. You need to fly one where it's just natural. You ain't got to really think of what you're doing. So I think in this video here, I finally lost track of what the hell I was doing, and I just had to tell I said, hey, buddy, I think it's time for you to come home. And it'll come back to where you took off on its own. So here she comes in for a landing. What's the hold up?
Nothing. Just waiting on you. Well, it'll be quite the adventure today.
Yeah, there's me and Jay are out testing the waters. There's a levee right up head up to us, and I think we're going to be able to get to it, get out of this water. But man, look at all this All this flood down here. Whew. Because my buddy Gay, we got the CTs out here today because we knew anything else we had wouldn't cut it, just wouldn't cut it. Man, it is nice out. We woke up to 60 degrees, it's supposed to get like 75 today. Back there were farmers. They're out here. We were telling them, we were joking with them, told them that there's no plant rice out here. I just got a boot full of water. Do get another boot full of water, that's what. Holy shit, I about busted my ass 7 times. Jay says he thinks we can make it. about you, but I about busted my ass 5 times coming down that hill.
No shit. It was a little tricky, wasn't it?
It was. Hey, this old shit hill. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Did you have fun?
I fell down but didn't have sense enough to know it.
I was watching the rearview mirror when I got to the top, and I seen you go this way, that way.
Oh, I went all the way. Thank God it didn't go down. Too much power. That's what it is, too much power. I know we can make that.
Well, I mean, that looks like it stays high.
Should have got him wet. Oh, I had the perfect opportunity. I better get a run at it. Big Dog here. Me and Jay have got ourselves in this situation. How do you spell situation?
P-I-C-K-L-E, pickle. You got flipped into a pickle.
You could spell it I-D-I-O-T-S. We are in a pickle. There's a road down there that I know to get us out of here. Unfortunately, we can see from here it's underwater. We've been riding in this mud here and these high weeds for miles. I chased a couple ducks. There's the other two idiots out there, them ducks. You know, we decided we had to have a snack.
Gotta pump up our reserves, get our energy back.
I was getting kind of tired. I'd be scared to death out there and by myself.
You couldn't get out here on anything but a CT125.
No, K10 would never get here. Never. This little road run right here, if you want to call it a road, it's a farm path, I guess. There's places that was real narrow, and if you ran off in that water, I don't know about Jay, but I would have freaking drowned. Anyway, we got other bad news. We're headed to the
Barbed Wire Grill
or cafe or whatever it is in Fairfield, and the farmer's back down the road told us it burnt down, and I went, oh, shut the screen door, that can't be. They said, yeah, it burned down, and then he told us about some other place. They said it was closed. All due to them tariffs, I guess. I ain't gonna say no more about that. I'll get pissed off. There's a road there, but looks like it's about under 5 feet of water.
Glad you waited for me. Were you afraid I'd get lost?
Yeah. I'm getting scared. Yeah, that's probably about, I don't know, 10 inches deep, something like that.
Yeah, I got wet feet.
Well, I'll be goddamn roads closed on there. Son of a gun. I think we can make that right there. That right there?
You think?
Can't be no worse than that. I don't know.
Hey, what's your hurry?
Well, we should have been eating breakfast a long time ago. So we rolled into the town of Fairfield, and of course the Bob Bar Cafe was burnt down, or the aliens, I think the aliens took it, because it was gone. Another restaurant was closed. So we found our new favorite diner in Fairfield, Illinois. I think it's a K&M diner. And we had a hoot in there. And we was tired and a bit chilled and very, very hungry. And Jay ordered a bowl of vegetable soup, I think, and a grilled cheese. I ordered it too. And then he had another grilled cheese. And we hung in there for the longest time. Left the waitress a great big tip. And 'cause we just had a hoot in there. The fact is, I went back the next day and took my wife there for breakfast. And I said, was they two old dirt bikers in there yesterday causing trouble? And we heard her, and they were troublemakers. She gave me the funniest look, like I was serious. She just recognized me. And she finally grinned at me. Anyway, we left her another big tip. Anyway, could have been the best ride of the whole year. Thanks for listening to my foolishness. Big Dog out.